Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading an Arlecchino Listener by me. So let's get into it. The first time you meet Arlecchino, she tries to kill you. It's nothing personal, at least. Not at first. You're on opposite sides of a conflict that's been brewing on for months. You represent the interests of your organization. And that alone is enough to make you enemies. The confrontation happens in a warehouse. He'd come seeking information about some shipment. And she just so happened to be nearby and decided to take that mission into her own hands. You're persistent, she says, her voice smooth and cold as she steps from the shadows. I'll give you that much credit. You turn slowly, your hand already moving towards your weapon. She is exactly as the reports had described, tall and imposing, white hair with black streaks, and those distinctive eyes with crimson X-shaped pupils. But the reports failed to capture just how suffocating her presence is. The way air itself seemed to warp around her. And you're predictable, you counter, drawing your blade. The Fatui always send their harbingers to do the dirty work. Her smile is razor thin. How fortunate for you. It seems your death will be at least memorable. Most of the time, it's not the harbingers doing the work. She's fast, faster than anyone you fought before, and each movement flows seamlessly into the next. Her style is elegant and brutal in equal measure, a dance choreographed for murder. You give ground, deflecting rather than blocking, trying your best to conserve your strength. She's testing you, you realize, measuring your skill, and the thought sends a spike of indignation through your chest. And you're struggling while she's testing you. Isn't that humiliating? When she lunges again, you sidestep and repulse it, your blade slicing through the air, and she twists away. But the tip of your weapon catches her cheek, drawing a thin line of crimson. And she stops, touches her face, staring at the blood on her fingertips. Interesting, she murmurs, and something shifts in her expression. A calculated assessment, becoming something much sharper. Perhaps you'll provide much more entertainment than I anticipated. The fight intensifies. She stops holding back, and you're forced to draw on every trick, every technique you've mastered over years of training. And you know that one mistake could be your last. But you're learning her patterns, and you're trying to adapt. It comes when she overextends on a thrust. You deflect her blade aside and slam your shoulder into her chest, sending her stumbling backward. Before she can recover, you're on her. You're now pressed against her, while your other hand pins her wrist. Yield, you command, breathing hard. She looks at you for a little bit, and you can see those eyes, tracing every movement, before her lips curve into something that might be a smile. Then her knee drives into your stomach with a brutal efficiency. You stagger back, gasping, but then she's already moving, her hand closing around your throat, lifting you until your toes barely touch the ground. Was she actually holding back all this time? You couldn't tell. You're skilled, but skill alone is not enough. You lack the will to finish what you start. That hesitation will always be your downfall. She's right. You had her, or at least you thought you did. You could have ended it. But something stayed your hand. Some ridiculous notion. Perhaps you weren't able to cross that final line. She sees the admission in your eyes and laughs. Pathetic. Then the sound of approaching voices echoes through the warehouse. your backup finally arrives. Her grip loosens, but she looks at you, letting you down. Another time. Your team should be thankful that you're so interesting. That's the reason why they'll live today. And as for you, try not to die before we meet again. I find myself curious about you. And then she vanishes, as if she wasn't even here in the first place. Your team finds you there, gasping for breath and furious at your own weakness. What happened? Your second in command demands. The knave. She was here. The reaction is immediate. Weapons drawn, a frantic search of the premises. But of course, she's long gone. You lean against the pillar where she pinned you, touching your throat where her hands had been. You can still feel the pressure, the heat of her skin against yours. Curious, she'd said. The word echoes in your mind as your team secures the area. You tell yourself that shiver that runs down your spine is from the adrenaline crash. Nothing more. You try not to think about all of this too much. One of the medics checks you for injuries, and all they find is just a couple bruises. But now that you think about it, there is no way she was going all out. If she could have incinerated you and your entire team, then she was definitely toying with you. The same way a cat loves playing with its dinner. And when you go home, all you can think about is when you'll see her again. Whether you'll survive next time or not. Because knowing the knave and those eyes, you know that seeing her is simply inevitable. And meanwhile, Arlecchino's quite happy about how this went. She got everything she needed. And even more than that, she got something interesting. Just for a little few months. She was sure that it wouldn't be interesting for that long. But for now, just a little bit of entertainment wouldn't be too bad.